Welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo Up, a podcast where we talk about pop music. Hey, we're halfway there and living on a prayer. We're halfway through our deep dive of the UK Top 10 Singles chart of the 23rd of October 2000. I'm Andy Robinson.
I'm James Cook.
I think it's only germane, James, to remind people of what the numbers 10 to 6 were in these charts. In at number 10 is Music Is My Radar by Blur.
A pre-Gorillaz track.
At number 9, Sunset, open bracket, Birds of Prey, close bracket by Fatboy Slim.
Sunday Morning in Ibiza.
Down 2 to number 8 this week is Body Groove by Architects featuring Nene.
Yay, more like.
Down 4 to number 7, it's a former number 1, it's Black Coffee by All Saints.
Or is it Pure Shores? Who knows?
I get you. Down 2 to number 6, it's Silence by Delirium featuring Sarah McLachlan.
I think Andy preferred Actual Silence.
That is often the case. Hey, thanks for listening. All of the songs featured can be found in our Spotify and our YouTube playlist, links in the description. And if you join our Patreon community, not only would we be grateful, but you'd also get access to our bonus tracks. Half a dozen songs that are in the chart, but never, ever, ever made the top 10. Here's a taste of what you can expect in that.
I mean, it features a didgeridoo and bagpipes.
Yep.
It's a lot.
Double threat. Electro Jones' comment is, 1 year later, this song reverberates within me, louder than any hymn, louder than the anthem of any nation, more compelling than the whispered promise of a new love. The rivers flow backwards, the skies are poisoned, and yet I am happy.
It's like UK Garage Light.
Yeah. Lyrically, I like
UK
that.
Lean To.
I get you. Not a 24-hour garage, one that shuts in the evening.
Number 5.
It's a new entry at number 5. It's Body to Body by Samantha Mumba, where the 2 is like the Roman numerals. So it's Body I Body by Samantha Mumba.
Like Boys I Men.
Soul I Soul.
World War I.
I.
There's trouble brewing.
Yep.
I think that's how it panned out.
So what do you make of this? Her second single.
Let's come straight out the gate. It interpolates, I think there's a new word for it. It borrows heavily. It samples Ashes to Ashes by David Bowie, so I like that about it.
He's got a songwriting credit on it.
Yeah. I mean, I was a fan of Samantha Mumba in a similar way I like watching All Saints videos back in 2000, let's say, James. And I've realised how old I got, because at the beginning of the video, I remember like she's waiting in a garage to be picked up. And
a UK garage?
She's waiting in a garage forecourt with some man turning around in it thinking he's Rod Stewart. That's a Alan Partridge reference. I always think of that with garage forecourts. But anyway, Samantha Mumba is waiting in a garage forecourt in the States, let's say. A young lad comes and picks her up. They're off a night. Once upon a time, I would watch that video and thought, Samantha's looking good. This is going to be a great night. I know I'm an old man now, because when she got in the truck, I was thinking, put your seatbelt on, Samantha. Dangerous.
It's good advice. It's not like me. Well, when I see those videos now, I'm like, they'll catch the death of cold. They will. They don't put something on. I'm
going to put this in what I'm going to say is a clarion call for dancing. This is one of the records I think is about, let's basically get on the dance floor, isn't it?
During the song, Mumba claims that we know how to rock your party, but she doesn't actually specify how. It's just really annoying. We know how to rock your party. Go on then, tell us. I'd love to rock a party, and I can't because you haven't given me any specific instructions.
Yeah. There's some nice words in it. I like her saying she's got a circulation pumping and a biorhythms jumping. Biorhythms a nice word to hear in the song, isn't it?
My bowels are regular, she's basically saying there.
Yeah, I mean, I like this record, just mainly because it reminded me of David Bowie, to be honest with you. So that whenever a song samples one of these records, a classic, there's another one coming up, I believe. You're in a pickle sometimes, aren't you? 'Cause sometimes you think, I like this song because it reminds me of the old one. Sometimes you just think, I'd just rather hear David Bowie, you know. And there's a touch of that with Samantha Mumba this week.
Co-written by Sasha Scarbeck, who would go on to write You're Beautiful and Goodbye My Lover with James Blunt.
Really?
Cold Shoulder with Adele, and Wrecking Ball for Miley Cyrus.
Wow.
Samantha Mumba once wore the world's most expensive dress.
Good research.
Yeah.
Where?
It was at the premiere of Spider-Man 2. She wore a £5 million dress that was like a cobweb made out of diamonds.
I'm guessing it was a rental. All right, James, let me dig into this and see if this interests you. It's essentially just a song about dancing, right? Or having a good time. But at the beginning, the opening line, Samantha says, Mama said you don't play around town. And at the end of the song, there's a repeated refrain that says, Mama said to get things done, got to go to school, ain't going to have no fun. So what I'm saying with this record, which I partly thought of just to give it more interest for me, is with the repeated mentions of the mother at the beginning and the end, Samantha Mumba and her mama has got the Electra complex, complicated stuff between a mother and a daughter.
Or is it that there's a line in Ashes to Ashes, my mother said, to get things done, you better not mess with Major Tom.
Oh,
and she's just riffing on that.
Might just be that.
Number 4.
Down to number 4, it's Kids by Robbie and Kylie. Who could ask for anything more? A real treat hearing this record this week within the top 10 that I was not overwhelmed by.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I love it.
Brilliant.
It's great. It comes in like I was going to say like a breath of fresh air, but that makes it sound almost insipid and pedestrian. It doesn't. It crashes in. The grown-ups are here now. Let's do it properly.
Absolutely. I mean, let's do a little bit of music. As you say, it announces itself, doesn't it? My guitar is about to prove this chordally. I mean, it's as simple as you get, really. It's just going E, A. That's kind of the groove of it. I mean, the riff is something like... got the malicious. Lovely. So that's happening. I love the chorus. Again, while we're here, let's go for the chords. Despite the simplicity of the verse, I mean, the chorus is simple, really, but it's got the great chord sequence of on G, hit right, D, A, B, and then G. Where's this going? Unnerving. C. Going to give you all of my loving.
You said there were no...
all of my
all right.
I'm
all
going
right.
to give you...
Copyright. You say there were no key changes in this chart at all. But is there a key change between the first and second line? Of the
Nice
chorus?
ears, James. Yeah, it's a little borrowed chord. You've got your E and your G and your D. Arguably, D's not quite, but it's in there. Then it goes back to G, jump. And then this F sharp takes you somewhere else, then goes to C. And just, it's great.
Yeah. I mean, this was at the time where Robbie Williams was writing with Guy Chambers, and the pair of them were just putting out hit after hit after hit.
They could not stop themselves.
And this was just going to be for Kylie to start with.
Really?
But then Robbie liked it so much, he said it's going to be a duet. I want in on this.
I love the nature of the duets because they're... I mean, it's a sexy record, isn't it? There's loads of great lines, but I like the fact in it that Robbie, you get the impression that he's chasing Kylie in this duet a bit, isn't he? He's the one sort of doing the pushing and she's shrugging him off a little bit. It's got a good atmosphere, this duet.
It feels like she has all the power in this duet.
Yeah.
The opening line, me no bubblicious, me smoke heavy tar.
Great.
We are both pop stars, but we're not bubblegum pop stars anymore. We smoke now. We smoke cigarettes out of our mouths. We have actual fire in our hands.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I'm interested in saying it's a Robbie Williams song because part of this record that I absolutely love, like I say, it's a duet, isn't it? It's fairly balanced. But then Robbie does take it over at the end with that, I'm an honorary Sean Connery born in 74. There's only one of me single-handedly. It's in the... Sorry, ain't no direct. I love that. I love that rap. It's so silly.
Well, don't buy the Kylie album that this is on then.
That's not on there.
Because the rap is not on the version that's on her album. This is on both of their albums. But the version on the Kylie album does not have the Robbie rap on it.
Okay, that's a shame. Press be asking, do I care for sodomy? I don't know. Yeah, probably brilliant.
It's got a little dig to Gary Barlow in it.
Where
he says, ain't no chance of my record company dropping me. That's apparently a dig at Barlow.
I've had the good grace to see Kylie and Robbie both in the last few years. I mean, they both do it in their live sets still because it's such a good song. I think Kylie uses a projection of Robbie to do duets. Robbie just gets one of his backing singers. I mean,
puts them in a hat with little corks dangling down, holding an inflatable kangaroo.
I heard something great in it. This because of the, let's call it, the more concentrated listening. Have you heard this at the very end of it? So he's going, you know that bit at the end when he's going, I like to drink it up and never like to sick it. I like to drink it up and never. So he's doing all that, and then right at the fade out, he's going to. foot to the floor, beat right hand, whatever it is. And then you just hear Kylie whisper, "Stop it now." I've never heard that. That was a treat.
That's great. You're showing off. Stop showing off, Robbie.
YouTube comments, predictably, they're right into it. Lola Bunko says everybody's saying GTA 5 on the comments because it must have been used in that video game. However, Lola Bunko says, I'm not talking about GTA 5. I used to touch myself to this song when it came out 15 years ago.
Oh, the Divinals effect.
It's a sexy record, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
you think?
it is, but it's not necessarily because of what they're singing. It's how they're singing it.
I mean, you used to see them on Top of the Pops on chart CD UK and whatever the video was about. They sizzle, I'm going to say, the chemistry between the two of them. Two of the most beautiful people in the world in 2000 doing a great song.
Because there's a bit about Take a Ride on My 12-Cylinder Symphony.
Yeah.
What's that then?
Sounds dirty, whatever it is. I don't know, 12-cylinder symphony, an album? You on my 12-track album?
Maybe. I love the line into the chorus. We'll paint by numbers till something sticks. I don't mind doing it for the kids. Yeah. It's basically the songwriters going, this is what we're doing. We're writing songs until you like one, but we don't care because we're doing it for the fans.
Certainly, if that's how you want to interpret it, I like the line, we don't mind doing it for the kids. It's slightly confusing, isn't it? What? Don't mind doing? What kids? I like
writing pop songs?
Yeah.
I bet it's writing pop songs, mate. This is like third phase Kylie, isn't it? Because she starts off, teeny bop pop with Stock Aitken and Waterman. And then there's indie kid Kylie in the 90s.
Oh, with the Manics.
She's hanging out with the Manics and Nick Cave. And then she comes back with pop bangers, doesn't she? So she's already done Spinning Around and On a Night Like This before this comes out. And then Can't Get You Out of My Head is a couple of years later. Is she following the trends, the chart trends, or is the chart trends following her?
Kylie, I think, has got an antennae out, isn't it? Like I say, when I saw her recently, it was part of her Golden tour, the country-ish album she had recently. She said one of the strangest things. At the end, she went, well, thank you so much for coming here. We've been following this campaign. I've never heard an artist describe their gigs and, let's call it, hawking their new album as there was something nakedly honest about it. Yep, this is this campaign. She goes where the wind's taking her, Kylie.
She paints by numbers till something sticks.
She don't mind doing it for the kids.
Number 3.
Down to number 3. It's last week's number 1. It's U2 and Beautiful Day. The theme tune to ITV's Premier League coverage. That time they had the rights and weren't very good at it.
We're talking opinionated pieces, aren't we? That's part of the remit of this show.
Strap in, everyone.
I love U2.
I love you too.
I like them a lot. Just as friends, really. But who knows where it could go. Sorry. And then, I mean, U2, biggest band in the world. I don't really know any other U2 fans apart from myself. I've got one bloke who indulges me a little bit. I like Bono. I like U2. They've got some great songs. Beautiful Day, I am not buying. I do not like it again. I've been to see them live when you would imagine you're swept up in the moment. There's something about this song that I don't like, and I'm intrigued to hear what you say and try and work it out. Can't be the football thing, because I like Life of Riley and Lightning Seeds. You know what I mean?
I like the Match of the Day theme.
Yeah. So it's not the football thing that's annoyed me. Tell me about it and I'll try and work it out why I'm irked.
I know what you mean, and certainly listening to it this week when it's been in the playlist after Kids, it feels like a bit of a
yeah.
Like Kids leaves you on such a high, and then this comes in and it just feels a bit
I agree. This is part of why I don't like it, because I think they're being a little bit annoying. That goes A, B minor, D, G, D, A. It's sort of weird timing. There's a weird timing to it. That irritates me for some reason.
That bothers you, that chord sequence.
Well, just see. I mean, like, you could argue that I'm not one of these people. It would be better, but if that song sort of, your heart is blue, A, G up in the da-da-da, you're at no use. It could be that.
Yeah.
This is absolute projection. I think it might have been something like that. Then you two go, let's give it just give it a little twist, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a documentary once about U2 when they were writing Achtung Baby, how difficult it was. They're one of that bands like Radiohead, aren't they? They like to talk about the difficulties of their creative process during certain phases of their career. And they talked about like the chord sequence to 1, which is A minor, D minor, G and C or something like that. You would have thought they'd discovered something genius with the way they talked about it. Yeah, man, when we hit A minor, D minor, G and C, we really made sense. I love U2 though. You know, again, this is why I'm intrigued, why I'm so annoyed by this song. Go on, tell me more.
As a straight rock song, it was pretty ho-hum. Not my words, Andy.
Yeah.
The words of The Edge.
Okay, that's interesting.
It got to number 21 in the US chart. It's the first song on this chart so far to have charted in America. Something's going on there. We've come completely separate from the American chart.
That's good.
In 2000. And
Special relationships and all that.
And you'll be delighted to hear this won Grammy's Song of the Year.
I mean, how? The middle bit's interesting, I think. Have you got the words?
Touch me, take me to another place.
Nah, that bit that goes, see the world of green and blue.
Oh, yeah. See
the
China
yeah,
right in front of you.
What are the words to that? 'Cause they're rubbish.
Is it the country China or is it in a China shop?
See the canyons broken by cloud. See the tuna fleet clearing the sea.
Clearing the sea out.
Out, my apologies. See the Bedouin fires at night. See the oil fields at first light. See the bird with a leaf and a mouth. After the flood, the colours come out.
So that's a biblical reference, isn't it? That's the reference to Noah and the flood.
Okay.
Because the dove with the... What's the leaf? It's the piece...
The fig leaf.
It's not fig leaf. What is it? Laurel, is it?
Don't know. When in doubt, you two just get the Bible out and just pick randomly. I think they'll chuck in a little Luke chapter 4, verse 14 at some point, hither and thither.
According to Bono, Beautiful Day is about a man who has lost everything but finds joy in what he still has, which is the kind of sentiment that is very easy for a multimillionaire to sing about.
Yeah, maybe.
It was, however, inspired by his work that he was doing at the time with Jubilee 2000, which was the campaign to cut third world debt.
Yep.
Also inspired by an Australian preacher called John Smith, sounds made up, and Neil Armstrong.
Really?
So maybe that's the thing about See China right in front of you. It's Neil Armstrong travelling around the world in his little spaceship.
Yeah, again, like the album that it's from, All That You Can Leave Behind, something like that. It's a good album. There's loads of great songs on it. And this one...
Huge hit. Number 1.
It's got Beautiful Day, so that's a trope, isn't it? Again, YouTube comments, people are saying, this song got me through prison, and it got me through cancer, and it got me through addiction, so it's done its job.
The NME review suggested that John Lennon's assassin, Mark David Chapman, should be released from prison to shoot Bono.
Pretty harsh.
We're not that harsh, are we?
No. It's made me feel a lot better about me saying it's not my cup of tea, that record.
I think it's fine, but yeah, I think U2 have done better songs than this.
Really? I mean, it's a big hit. It's almost like their last time they had a number 1 or something, I got the impression. And, you know, the video is, again, it's only a video, but Bono's nicking people's luggage in an airport and taking a bite of someone's apple and acting the giddy goat on a baggage carousel. It's kind of fine, whatever. But
It's a beautiful day. I'm getting away with all these crimes.
I don't have this album, and as Bono succinctly puts it, what you don't have, you don't need it now.
Yeah, but he's got everything. Don't point at other people, Bono, and go, what you don't have, you don't need. All right, can I have yours then?
Yeah. I love Bono, though, so, you know, like I say, whatever. I have stipulated this for whatever reason. This song, no. If this was on our Best of U2 album, which I'm sure it would be, like the Best of Blur one, I wouldn't skip Music Is My Radar. I'd absolutely skip Beautiful Day.
Number 2.
Up 12 to number 2 this week. It's Baha Men with Who Let the Dogs Out? Gotta do it. Well done.
It's a cover version.
What?
Did you not know that?
No, I don't know. Tell me all about it.
Oh, mate, strap in.
All right.
We're going to get all into this. First of all, though, I want to address this. Turns out I've had this song wrong for 24 years.
Go on.
What do you think this song's about?
I think it's about men being reprehensible beasts and giving women wolf whistles, and the Baha Men, despite their a bit like Born in USA, Bruce Springsteen, people going like la 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 la. And I thought they're criticising this behaviour.
You're right.
Ah, cool.
You're absolutely right.
That doesn't happen very often.
I got it completely wrong.
What do you think it was about then?
My surface level knowledge of this song from the time was that it was the Baha Men who were saying about women They were calling the women the dogs.
I get ya.
Someone at the time told me, you know what that song's about? That's the song they're all singing because they don't think the women at the party are attractive enough, and that's why they're singing "Who Let the Dogs Out." And that is what I thought, because I didn't. Why would I fact check someone telling me?
Why would you listen to a song?
Yeah.
Clothiers? Clothiers, absolutely.
So I'm like, oh, that song's not for me then. It's sexist twaddle. And then researching this, I found out, yes, Andy, you're absolutely right. The Baha Men are singing about a party that's going really well until sexist men show up.
Yeah.
And then the women say, "Who let the dogs out?" referring to the men.
Quite.
But unless you're listening for that, it goes past you.
I did see a stand-up comic back in the day when women walked past the stage or something, saying "Who let the dogs out?" And it was definitely a reference to the women being that. And even at that time, I was annoyed with him because I think you've got this completely wrong.
Well, I definitely think that has been used in that context by the men that the Baha Men are singing about.
Yeah. It's a good song, isn't it? It's catchy, interesting production, got weird choices. The sub bass on the chorus, everything drops out. You were talking earlier about space in music. I sort of didn't know that record. I did that till I heard it this week.
Yeah, the bit about sit back, Ruffy, get back, Scruffy.
Get back, Gruffy, get back, Scruffy, get back, you flea-infested mongrel.
It's very much the best bit of the song.
It's a great bit. It's a great bit.
Right.
Well, you say it's the best bit, but also "Who Let the Dogs Out?" Ooh, 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 is catchy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody was here, the body was jump. It's full of hooks, as opposed to Delirium record. You couldn't remember any bits of it earlier.
Yeah.
You can remember all the bits to this.
You can. So, do you want to get into the providence of this song?
Of course. Let me settle back again.
First of all, how many Baha Men are there?
3?
9. There are 9 Baha Men.
Really?
The 3 in the video. They hired basically 3 younger blokes to be the face of the Baha
really?
Men for this song.
Cool.
Those are the 3 that are in the video.
So they're older and, let's call it, wiser than the fellas in the video.
A little bit. This,
When you say a little bit, I mean, it makes me think they're much older.
the credited writer of the song is Anselm Douglas, who's a Trinidadian musician. He did a song that was just called Doggy, and it was more or less the same. And the chorus was, "Who let the dogs out? Who? And that's the bit that is contentious.
Right.
Who wrote that? Well, let me tell you this, Mr. Robinson.
Yeah.
There is a 1 hour long documentary about that very subject that you can watch on Apple TV. It costs £3.49 to rent, and I know that because I rented it and I've watched it.
Good work.
I've watched the whole thing,
I'm proud of you.
and the documentary is fascinating and gripping, and part of me doesn't want to spoil it.
No, go on. We're on a podcast.
It just keeps going back. So they go, all right, so this guy, Anselm Douglas, he puts that song out, "Who Let the Dogs Out?" It turns out his brother had worked on a Canadian radio station where 2 jingle writers had written a jingle that went, "Who let the dogs out? Who?" And they said, we can trace that you've got this from your brother heard it from us, so we need a cut. They settled out of court, but there was a legal battle.
Okay.
And the way the Baha Men hear Anselm Douglas's song is because their manager plays them a version of it that someone else has done.
Okay.
A version that was done by Jonathan King under an alias.
Really?
Yep. Because he'd heard "Who Let the Dogs Out? Who" on a cassette that was given to him by his hairdresser of the Anselm Douglas original. Okay.
I mean, ironically, Jonathan King, I don't think anyone's let that dog out yet, have they? So, who?
So a year before the radio jingle, there's a song called "Who Let the Dogs Loose" by Gillette, who's a female singer, where she sings "Who let the dogs loose? Who? The people who made the jingle in Canada claim they'd never heard that, and that's nothing to do with them. 2 years before that, a demo by The Two, a couple of rappers from Jacksonville, Florida, produced by Miami Boom Productions, do a song where the chorus is "Who let the dogs out? Who?" And everyone claims they've never heard that because it was a demo on a tape. And in fact, in the documentary, they have to get like an old sampler to play the old floppy disk, which might be corrupted because it's 20 years old, to find the original sound files. But they do, and they find it, and there it is. And they go, well, there's no way any of those could have heard any of that. So who wrote it?
It's like a millennium version of Shakespeare. And did he really write his own plays or not? Who let the dogs out?
Well, it turns out in 1990 that Dower Jack, Michigan, their high school football team were the Dower Jack Chiefs. Their crowd used to chant, "Who let the dogs out? Who?"
Before this record came out?
In 1990.
Wow.
And then further research, the earliest recorded version of that chant is in Austin, Texas in 1986. It's not a song, it's a chant. It was a sports chant.
Okay.
And that's why loads of different people heard it.
Like a folk song,
Like
then?
a folk song.
Yeah.
And then the Baha Men make this record, and there's a great bit in the documentary where Anselm Douglas says it's basically made $100 million. And so obviously people want a piece of the pie, and there are lots of legal wranglings going on with it. But it all comes, that hook, and the song is 50% that hook.
Public domain, trad R, we're putting it down to that then? It's just out and about in the ether, no one's wrote it.
Well, I don't know.
Someone wrote it.
Yeah,
but
someone wrote it down, but that's where it comes from.
how interesting.
And it was everywhere.
Yeah.
It was in movies, it was on TV, it played a lot in sports stadiums, particularly in America. They had like little cuddly dogs that would dance and sing it, like, you know, like a Billy Bass fish, but a little dog.
Yeah.
It was voted the third most annoying song of all time by Rolling Stone magazine.
It pops up on annoying lists quite often, this song, for some reason. When they could have U2 or Delirium.
Number 3, though. So who's ahead of that in the most annoying
Most
songs? According to Rolling Stone magazine.
According to Rolling Stone, I don't know.
Proper music, people.
Yeah, I sort of dislike Rolling Stone with their best of, worst of list. Go on, what have they put number 1?
My Humps by the Black Eyed Peas.
Great
and
record.
The Macarena at number 2.
Great record. Silly Rolling Stone.
Yeah. So it gets to number 2 in the UK. What number do you think it gets to in the United States, where it is massive?
Not number 1 then, from your question. I don't know.
Number 40.
Really?
Yeah. It turns out no one wanted to actually buy the record.
Everyone had heard it at football games
Yep.
and the like. Okay.
It won Best Song at the 2001 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards.
Good
and
award.
a Grammy for Best Dance Record.
Great. Once heard, never forgotten.
Why is Rick Carey the odd one out in the Baha Men?
He doesn't sing on it.
He doesn't own a dog.
I was going to say that.
Researching this song has blown my mind, Andy.
Yeah, I like you watching an hour documentary. I mean, sometimes I think I'm in too deep here looking at YouTube comments. How did your family take that? Daddy's busy.
I do it when they're out. They must never know my hidden secrets.
Yeah, I mean, you know, on a slightly congratulatory note, despite talking about the merits of this song and is it good and was it nicked, well done for spending £3.49 and watching an hour's documentary on it.
As soon as I found out it existed,
Yeah,
I was like,
I
I'm
like
going to have
it.
to watch that.
Good.
And it's really good as well. The documentary is well worth watching. It's called Who Let the Dogs Out?
Sorry, God,
It's by an
it's
American guy
compulsory.
called Ben Sisto.
Okay.
And his stories, he basically spent 8 years researching this. So the least you can do is go watch his documentary.
Thanks, Ben, for your inputs.
And, you know, Who Let the Dogs Out by the Baha Men. Listen to it. It's really good.
Really good. And it's actually feminist, yeah?
The UK's number 1.
It's a new entry at number 1. It's Steps and Stomp. And it's a type of step, isn't it? A stomp.
Certainly.
It's their second number 1. What was their other number 1?
Tragedy?
Correct.
I mean, again, a little like the Samantha Mumba record. It's based on Chic, Everybody Dance, isn't it? Heavily.
Based on.
Yeah.
It's Everybody Dance by Chic with different lyrics.
Differently and different melody. Come on. Don't just give it the lyrics. I mean, so again, it's one of them, wasn't it? I listened to it. I suppose, predictably, I'm not one of Steps' biggest fans. They're all right. I mean, they are what they are. I liked it because it reminded me of Chic. It made me think I'd rather listen to Everybody Dance. It's disco-tastic, though, isn't it?
It is. Bernard Edwards and Nile Rodgers from Chic eventually get a songwriting credit on this. They didn't when it was released as a single, but when it came out on the Best of Steps, they'd added it.
I wonder how they justified not giving them any credit.
They thought they could get away with it, maybe? I don't know.
Again, it's the same sentiment as Architects. Samantha Mumba, arguably Blur. It's a call for dance, isn't it? About getting on the floor. I think, again, it's another Friday weekend song.
Friday night when my work is over, I get my party on.
Yep.
Yeah, it's that living for the weekend stuff again.
One of them.
Lee from Steps. What does he do on this record?
Don't know.
Yeah, nothing, as far as I can tell. He doesn't do any singing on it.
Okay.
H does a line at some
Okay,
point.
so Lee is just there to provide vibes.
Yeah. Lee's the Bears.
Fair enough. I always like it with H. He had a terrible time, didn't he? You know his real name.
Yeah.
So Ian Watkins, so as you can presume, when bad things happened, H got a pile on, didn't he?
Yeah.
By people.
He's not him at all.
Not him at all.
And he was, he was a closeted gay man. at the time of Steps, which was not an easy thing to be, not an easy situation to be in. And it seems ridiculous that even in 2000, the views of particularly the tabloid British press were so utterly regressive that he couldn't be out.
Yep.
I would strongly recommend the book Reach for the Stars, which is an oral history of pop music in the UK between 1996 and 2006. There's a whole chapter about Steps. And if you were a Step skeptic, as I was, it'll change your attitude a little bit.
Because
they're just kids doing their best.
yeah, they're
That's
working.
all they're doing.
Like all these pop stars, again, you can't argue if it Steps massively popular. They still are somehow. They fill arenas, I reckon. I'm saying that. And
They-
Steps in it.
They did at the time. They won the biggest selling live act at the Brits in 2000. They sold out 33 arena gigs that year. So the Brits invented that award to give them. And also because they'd kicked up such a fuss about not winning Best Newcomer the year before. Do you know that story?
No, go on.
So Best Newcomer at the Brits in 1999 was one of the first awards to be done by an internet vote, when the internet was new at that point. And basically one of the groups involved realised that they could mobilise their fan base to vote loads, and consequently they won the award that Steps thought they were definitely going to win.
Which band was this, do you know?
Bell and Sebastian.
Well done, Bell and
So there's a
Sebastian.
really weird one-sided rivalry between Steps and Bell and Sebastian, to the point where when they win the thing for biggest selling act of the year, they go up to collect it, and Lee Latchford Evans goes, we'd like to say a big thank you to Bell and Sebastian at this point.
It's like Oasis Blur all
Yeah,
over
it
again.
is. That's-
Bounding between Steps and bleeding Bell and Sebastian. Okay, good
And
fact.
Pete Waterman was apparently incandescent with rage that they didn't win that award, and was furious about it.
Steps, I imagine they worked their head off. They had loads of hits. They're not for me, but that's all right. I can.
Did you watch the video?
Yeah, I did watch the video.
Did it look a bit cheap to you?
It did look a little cheap, and again, it's a strange thing, isn't it? Like there's a gangster businessman at the beginning telling two of the Steps that he's leaving, but not to have a party in his house.
Guess what they're going to do, kids?
They can have a party.
That gangster businessman, by the way, went on to be the evil werewolf in the Harry Potter films.
Good fact. Yeah, I mean, at the end, they invite loads of other Steps over and other people, don't they? They have a party, and then typical Steps thing, they clear up the party before the evil businessman comes back. Yet someone has drawn a devil and devil horns and moustache on one of the paintings. It's so that's all right, isn't it? Remind me of that Yellow Pages advert. It's not a good thing for a pop record. It reminds me of a Yellow Pages advert, but it's fine. I mean, number one.
It's typical late era Pete Waterman, isn't it? The video looks cheap. The production sounds cheap.
Yeah.
It's not even their tune, but god damn, it's effective. I mean, no one cares about any of that stuff when they're dancing around the handbags after a week in a shitty job.
If there's a playlist called Anemic Disco, I'd put it on that.
So there we go. We've got through the chart there of 23rd of October 2000.
What a week.
How are you spelling week there? I think there are definitely redeeming features in this chart.
As a top 10, like I say, because of the enforced listening, I got into it a little bit. It's all right. I mean, what's your favourite song, James?
Had you asked me before this week, I would have said Music is my radar.
At the indie kid you were?
Yeah. But is that just by default because it was Blur? I don't know, maybe. It's Kids, isn't it? It's Kids.
No doubt about it.
Kids, isn't it?
Kids is the best record. I'm going to give you all of my lush. Copyright.
I'm going to give you a significant amount of my love. But the charts, of course, don't stop at the number 10, do they? At this point, they go all the way up to 100. So in our special bonus episode, we're going to be looking at some of the songs that feature in the rest of the chart, including a very smutty song, a song from an album that was absolutely everywhere, and a problematic artist.
Good old UK charts. Again, recommend listening to the playlist for this week's top 10, which will also have these extra songs we've just alluded to in the descriptions. Click on that. Makes everything better as far as I'm concerned. Please like, subscribe, follow. What else do people say?
Oh, just
Share?
open your window and shout, listen to Shooby Dooby Doo Up. Just do that. Somehow we need people to know about this. The people who would be into it.
Give that playlist a listen. And thank you for listening. Shooby Dooby Doo Up.
Bop Bop Shoo Up.
Stop it now.